After years of promising that an app was in the works, Vanguard UK has now begun to roll one out to their UK users. It isn't widely available yet, it's actually in the testing phase, and Vanguard are inviting people who have applied to try it out. I'll leave a link to the application below for you if you want to apply. I did apply, but I haven't been given access yet. But you know me, I won't let something like a multi-trillion-dollar corporation stand in my way of making a cheeky bit of content. So I gained access to a reviewer of the channel. Thank you, Steve, who has recorded the whole experience, and now I'm going to run you through what is going on. We'll go over a few other bits at the end, but let's just get straight on with the app tour first of all, shall we? First things first, Face ID to open it is a great sign. I know it might seem a little bit weird to comment on that, but just consider how long it took Vanguard to introduce two-factor authentication on their main site. This sort of security feature upfront seems to suggest we'll get good levels of security and, good tech all the way around, which is nice. Once the app opens, you're greeted with this homepage of sorts that displays your portfolio balance and return as a pound amount and a percentage. Stevens here displays a stocks and shares ISA. I wonder how this interface would look if you also hold a SIP with Vanguard or any other products. As someone with both an ISA and a SIP on the Vanguard UK platform, I find this method right here of separation clunky and a bit confusing. I hope they manage to maintain this overall clean aesthetic for those of us with multiple account types. Clicking onto this main box here will expand out the information for your portfolio. This graph tracks your overall account value over time, and you can easily flip between different time views here. The unused ISA allowance is a nice touch, and overall I just like how clean and simple this all looks. We'll come back to this invest and sell function in a second, but further down we can see a breakdown of the investments you hold split across cash, stocks and bonds. And then below this, Vanguard breaks down the asset mix. I really like this clear visualization for anyone trying to hold a certain mix of stocks and bonds, say an 80-20 portfolio. This is a great way for you to visualize if you then need to rebalance. I'm 100% equity because that's just how I roll, but I still think it looks great. Let's say now we click on a specific fund that you own. You get a similar screen to the previous, but with the specific fund information instead. I love this InvestEngine in this fund button, but we'll come back to this shortly. Below this is a breakdown of the specific investments that you've made into this fund. Steve has clearly been shopping at Gainsbury's with all the bags he's taken home. Well done, mate. And then below this is an overview of the fund itself. I think Vanguard have done really well here. There's a lot of information Vanguard need to provide when advertising a fund, and varying levels of detail that a potential investor might want to go into. If they just dumped it all in here, it would be a lot. So Vanguard have essentially layered the information across 2 pages. On this first page, you get a top-level overview of the fund, if it's income or accumulation, risk ratings and charges, as well as performance in previous years. Click More Fund Details and you'll get more fund details. The load time could be better here. Once it does load though, it's nice that you get the option to flip between the 2 versions of the fund if you like, either income or accumulation. And below that is an overview of all the pages that you would see on the main webpage for the fund in a further optimized phone format. Essentially, everything on this page has been formatted to fit here, and at the bottom you have all of the key documents. Right, going back to the previous pages then, let's see what this button does, shall we? You click it and then you get this screen first of all, saying you can't buy an ETF at a live price, only at the next available price. I have zero issue with this. If you buy an ETF on the Vanguard platform at the live price, they charge you a £7.50 dealing fee. Buying at the next available, you just swerve that completely. They will essentially collect everyone's orders together and just process them in one job lot at the end of the day, saving everyone that fee. As a consistent long-term investor, I have no interest in buying ETFs at the live price. It makes little difference to me because I'm investing for years. I think there are probably a lot of new investors who get stung by accidentally opting to buy at the live price. And for me personally, I wouldn't really care if they ever introduce this feature on the app. You might be different, but if you are trading ETFs and buying at the live price is really important to you, I question why you're not using platforms that are more suited to that style of investing. So you press buy at next available price and it couldn't be simpler. You can also invest through this button here, and when you do, you're given the option to make a singular investment or a regular monthly one. If you select this regular monthly investment, then you're greeted with a familiar screen that most investors on the Vanguard platform will know. Along the bottom here, there are some other options. So we have the help section. On this page, there's currently 3 options that you can choose from. The first one takes you to FAQs, the first of which is how to download and test the app. A little bit odd, considering Steve is literally on the app testing it. You then have below this a load of FAQs and help topics. To improve this section, I'd like to see Vanguard introduce a chatbot or live support feature. Other competitors in the space who are cheaper than Vanguard UK have that sort of 24-hour live support. I know that, chatbots can be a little bit annoying, but I think the tech is rapidly improving, and I just find it a lot easier to ask a chatbot a question than sifting through loads of FAQs. I mean, that's just personal preference though. The what you can do on the app section here has clues to the fact that there will be functionality for all accounts, including a junior ISA on the app. And at the bottom, they clearly state that they're continuing development. So, lots more features soon. The settings tab at the bottom here is just full of all of the stuff you would expect to be in settings. Okay, so my first impressions using someone else's screen recording is that this looks pretty good. It's clean and simple. You can buy and sell stuff. And, clean and simple from a tech perspective with Vanguard is great because it's not something I normally associate with them. For example, their website's been through quite a big redesign, and I still think that it's a little bit clunky and, isn't the easiest thing to use in the world. So I think they've done well here. I will use this to buy and invest over the website. Clearly, plenty of development is still in the works. So, we'll see further improvements over time. Let's start with an option for dark mode, please. That would be awesome. Beyond this, though, I know that there's going to be a wider debate on if Vanguard should even have an app. There will be comments below saying, I would rather they just cut the fees than spend the money on the app, and I don't want to be able to check my investments constantly. I can completely understand where this is coming from, but I do just want to push back a little bit. So, first of all, if you're saying, I don't want an app or I don't want the ability to check my investments daily, then, just don't download the app. The thing is, we live in a world where apps are not a nice to have, but for many users, they're a necessity. Vanguard's reluctance in the UK to introduce them has cost them, I think. Brands like 212 and Freetrade have come in and collected way more customers than them in a short space of time. Vanguard UK claims to have 500,000 customers. That's around half or a third of the total customers that these bigger rivals have. Not to mention brands like InvestEngine who are growing quickly at the minute. I think the lack of an app has put some consumers off. And when we're talking about reducing costs, the more consumers that use a platform, the more economies of scale that platform has and the ability to drive down costs that they have for everyone. So failure to invest in the app earlier has probably cost a UK entity money, but it's definitely cost them clients. I think the introduction of the app now is recognition of the fact that the UK platform has fallen behind its rivals. I also think that really we should look at the US market here, where Vanguard operate a large platform, funds are significantly cheaper than they are here in the UK. You can buy individual stocks, and they've had an app since 2010. I get the sentiment of simplicity. Just buy funds, don't have an app, set it and forget it. I preach a lot of that on this channel week in, week out. But if we're saying that it's that mantra that is why Vanguard didn't have an app here in the UK, and it's why they have a more stripped back offering in general, then we have to question why the American offering is different considering that's Vanguard's home and main market. I want the clientele of the UK who use Vanguard to be treated with the same level of priority as the American market. I want cheaper funds, I want more choice. I would love them to get rid of the 0.15% platform fee and make Vanguard UK the cheapest place to buy Vanguard funds in the UK. And I want to see continuous investment in the tech in line with what we see in America. This app is a good example of that happening. It's taken them way too long to get this to market and it's still not quite here, but I'm happy with what I've seen so far and I think they've done a really good job on the development side. Let's hope they roll it out to customers soon and it doesn't take too long. See you in another 10 years and we'll still be testing it. I tend to do more broker feature focused content and videos on my blog and its associated YouTube channel. So if you want this sort of content, I'll link all of that below for you so you can check it out. Any further updates that we get on the Vanguard app, that's where I'll post them. So I'll leave all those details below for you if you want to check it out. But other than that, I'll see you soon.